Bournemouth in 15th. Yeah, Pochettino saying afterwards, I cannot say that I am happy, but it was a very competitive game. I think we deserved more. We deserved to win. We should win 1-0, 2-0 today easily, because in the first 30 minutes we had the chances. I think we are missing something in the final third, more calm, more relaxed, to be more clinical in front of goal. So let's start with Mr. Chelsea on what Pochettino has had to say about his side's performance today.
Well, you know, he shouldn't say, I think we are something missing. He should say, I'm sure there is something missing, because we all know that there is something missing. They're not able to score even one goal. And that's something I said to the producer today. I think we shouldn't talk about Chelsea until they are able to score one goal, because there is nothing much to say. They are capable of getting a clean sheet. Today that was the case, but don't forget it was Bournemouth, with all due respect. But you know that they do well until the last third, and then you see stuff you never see. I saw Gallagher, even if he had a good game and tried to bring something, he had the chance to give a good ball to Jackson in the second half, and he put the ball behind Jackson, where it was a 4 yards easy pass, and there would have been a possibility for Jackson to score. I got up from my sofa, couch, and I screamed. I said, how is that possible? I never seen that in my life. And when you see some other stuff, well, Sterling was unlucky, but we saw the clumsiness of Sterling at some point, sometime, for last control, the last pass, some stuff like that. And that's something we all know about Chelsea for more than a year. They do silly, stupid, clumsy stuff in the last third, will not allow them to score a goal, a simple goal. They don't know how to score a goal. So until they do so, let's talk about other teams, because we all know what we can expect from Chelsea.
Okay, we're going to talk about another player who scored as many goals as Chelsea since he came into the Premier League.
Me?
No, not you. But I will get your thoughts on this one, Ali Moreno. Look at this. Erling Haaland, 43 goals since the start of last season, the same as the entire Chelsea team combined.
Yeah, and to the point that Frank was alluding to, it wasn't just that play in transition in which Gallagher plays the ball in behind Nicolas Jackson. There were so many moments that Chelsea actually recovered the ball in good areas, turnovers by Bournemouth. Now it's 3v2, 4v3 for Chelsea. There was one in particular in which Cole Palmer has Raheem Sterling to the right-hand side. Misplays the pass. Eventually, Raheem Sterling plays the ball back to Cole Palmer. Now it's a tap-in from about 5-6 yards out. Goalkeeper comes up with a save. Then there is a rebound. Then there's another miscontrol. That's just yet another example to continue to build the point that Frank was making, that in moments in which you just need to complete a 5-yard pass that is basic, just done with the right pace in front of the attacking player so that he takes the momentum going forward, and you make the opportunity a whole lot easier for those that are supporting the play, they just continue to miss those passes time and time and time again. So, a couple of things here that we have to address. Clearly, there's a lack of confidence and a lack of belief that they're actually going to score goals, and that happens regularly when you're not scoring goals. How are you going to believe that you're actually capable of doing this when you don't do it? The only way that you convince yourself you're capable of scoring goals is by actually proving it on the field, and they're unable to do that. So confidence is an issue. And then quality. Actual good players in the attack. Good, high-quality players, elite-level players. Chelsea does not have that. Now, people were getting excited about Nicolas Jackson because of all the work that he does. And I can tell you, because Chelsea fans may not have known this, they get a little insular, they get focused on their team. Nicolas Jackson was riding the bench hard, and I mean hard at Villarreal for the better part of last season. Only comes on the field because Gerard Moreno, their star striker, gets injured, and actually had a bit of an impact at the end of the season. But it's not like he was scoring goals regularly. It's not like he had been a proven goal scorer, and you had seen from him, if you had watched him play with Villarreal, yeah, there is activity there, there is speed there, but it's very raw. This talent is very raw, and it's not a natural goal scorer. And so what do you see? When the guy gets himself in goal-scoring positions, he's hitting the ball 20 yards wide. Right? He's miscontrolling the passes. There is no confidence here of our goal scorer. So if we're expecting for him to be the guy, that's the wrong choice. Again, I'll make the 2 points. There's a lack of confidence and lack of quality. You put those things together, 2 + 2 is 4, and that's 4 more than whatever Chelsea's going to score.
So how do they fix it with what they do have, Shaka?
I'll be honest, Kay, I'm not at all sure. And here's my issue, if I want to call it that, with Chelsea. We continue to talk about Chelsea, maybe because of their spending, as a top 4 team, or a team should be threatening top 4. Chelsea are 14th for a reason. Chelsea are every bit a mid-table team. And all the discussion, including what Pochettino said, kind of reflects that. When you're 14th and you go away to a team that you expect to be in a relegation battle, like I expect Bournemouth will be, I don't have Bournemouth going down, but they'll be very close to it, and you hit the post a couple of times, you come away saying, man, we're so unlucky. We hit the woodwork and we could have had 3 points. That's it. That's a mid-table team. To sum it up, Conor Gallagher 2 seasons ago was Crystal Palace's player of the season. Well, Crystal Palace finished 8th that season. And again today, Conor Gallagher was Chelsea's best player. That kind of points, that suggests exactly where Chelsea are. They're a mid-table team. And until we stop thinking about them as a top 4 contender, we will just continue frustrating ourselves with these performances. Chelsea have a lot of work to do to rediscover anything like what their fans think they should be, like we remember them to be. So as of right now, let's just kind of buckle in for this mid-table mediocrity we're going to get out of Stamford Bridge.
Do you agree, Jules?
Yeah, I agree with everything the boys just said. I think, but again, you go back to how this squad was built and how they can spend $500 million in the summer and yet only have Nico Jackson as your striker, which defies everything, all the odds, any sense of logic, anything. And they have 4 different sporting directors. They have Todd Boehly, who thinks that Chelsea is like Football Manager in real life. And yet, even with all of that and all the money in the world, they don't realize that they need actually a proper striker who can score goals and finish chances. And this is this is what they're going to do in January. I can tell you right now, on September the 17th, in January, they're going to sign a very expensive number 9, like a proper number 9, like they should have done this summer, a Vlahovic or somebody like that. And it will happen in January because when January comes, they will say, this is what we like, this is what we miss. We miss a number 9. Hey, we could have told you that 6 months ago already, a year ago even. And I just can't believe it. And Frank is right. We can talk again next week about them and the week after. And it would probably be the same problem. Oh, yeah, they did some good things, but then they could not score or they were not good enough in the last third of the pitch.